Welcome on into my channel, beautiful butterflies. Welcome on into my channel.
Klay Thompson has allegedly been cheating on Megan Thee Stallion since December. Okay, so by now you've probably heard that Megan Thee Stallion broke up with Klay Thompson because she found out he was cheating. But for those of you that follow this account, we knew this way back in December when the blind items alleged that he was hooking up with a former fling and Megan had no idea. And then there was another blind item in January alleging to the fact that he cheats on her whenever he gets the opportunity. Now we can see that the blind items were clearly correct this time and predicted this months in advance. I mentioned around the holiday season that the NBA player had been unfaithful to the triple named rapper. And again, this is allegedly Klay Thompson and Megan Thee Stallion. And the blind item from back in December reads, the NBA star's excuse for showing up late to grab his singer girlfriend was because he was tied up handling a past fling she had no clue about. And the blind item from January reads, the NBA player is reportedly stepping out on the triple named singer and rapper any chance he can. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below and follow me for more celebrity tea.
Roses for my boo. I'm sorry I was late, babe. Damn it. I'm sorry. I thought I timed it well. Sorry. There's no excuse.
How many different ways can one girl say I told you so?
Everybody involved knows that I was not involved in this situation at all, would surely step in and say something. And it didn't happen. I was getting threats on my life. I was getting threats on my health. My family started getting comments and threats from people. I've had to hire security to travel with me places. So it got to a point where I just was scared for myself.
Lexi Brown is a WNBA player, and she comes out and is making a statement to TMZ talking about what happened, and because people were making assumptions that she was the woman who Klay Thompson cheated on Megan Thee Stallion with, and she's getting harassed online about it. Comes on and she expresses her disappointment that neither Megan or Klay have come out and made statements being like, hey, this isn't the girl, like nothing happened with her, and essentially clearing up her name, and instead she's having to be harassed because someone on the internet just made this rumor up. I have spent the past, week and a half, almost 2 weeks now, using different scenarios when we were talking about someone cheating and people harassing somebody because they cheated, and I keep saying, it's fucking weird. The argument that everyone's making is that she knows Klay, her and Klay are like friends or they're cordial, whatever it is, and it's really just Klay's responsibility to clear it up and be like, nope, it wasn't her, and have her back. And it's like, at this point, expecting Klay to be a good person is really, like, you're really pushing it. Like, he's shown evidence this far out that he's not a decent human being, so why would you expect him to put his neck out and do that now? Even in this comment section from the video that I just watched from TMZ, people are upset that she brought Megan up and being like, Megan doesn't owe this girl shit, Megan doesn't have to do a single thing for her, like, it's insane, Megan's going through enough, why would you bring Megan up? Because it is Megan's fans who she's being harassed by. It is Megan's fans who are threatening her life. She's being harassed on Megan's behalf. Her argument that Megan didn't start this and therefore Megan doesn't owe her shit really is not valid. I make this argument time and time again. It's a hill I'm willing to die on. I've made the argument when it came to Nicki Minaj. I make the argument when it comes to Taylor Swift. I just made the argument the other day when it comes to Sabrina Carpenter, that when you have a platform, you have a responsibility to use that platform in a certain way. And when fans are doing things in your behalf and you don't speak up and you don't tell them to stop, you are essentially, your silence is condoning and encouraging their behavior. You are responsible for the way that you yield your platform. And if your fans are running rabid on the internet, being nasty and sending people death threats on your behalf, it's because they believe that it's what you want. Megan is going through enough? Yes, sure, of course. But Megan is not a solo person. She has a team. And it would take someone from her team 5 seconds to write a notes app thing and post it on her Instagram story and be like, hey guys, while I appreciate all the love that you're showing me, I don't believe in harassing people online. As someone who has been a victim of what it's like and how nasty and disgusting the internet gets, I would never want people to behave that way in my behalf. The argument that Lexi makes in this video, it's a brilliant point where she says, I guess it's protect black women until a black woman does something that you don't like, and then I guess it's okay for you to treat her however the fuck you want. In attempting to try and protect Megan and have Megan's back, you put another black woman in harm's way without even having any facts, just went solely off assumptions. And dare I take it a step further to say that even if she was guilty, even if the story that was being told was true, it's still not okay. It's still not okay behavior. She slept with Megan's boyfriend and Megan should beat her ass. That is the appropriate response to the situation. You getting online and threatening her and her family, it's fucking weird and it's never gonna be okay. You harassing strangers for what they did to another stranger in an interpersonal relationship will never not be weird. Especially because if you are not with these people every single day, seeing the ins and outs of their relationship, more often than not, you will get those facts wrong. Because you weren't fucking there. And that's why you should just sit there and eat your food. Megan's going through a hard time because she's going through a bad breakup and she spoke about it publicly. Your appropriate response should have been to send her love, to live some hearts under her Instagram captions, to go stream one of her songs and let her know, hey girl, here's an extra $1 from me. I'm gonna stream your song tonight. That is the appropriate reaction. That should have been the beginning and the end of your activism on her behalf.
And she's talking about, girl, spit it out. Bitch, I'm trying to be cool. No, I'm not pregnant. Y'all would be in shambles if I got on here and said, bitch, no. Not no time soon. Okay, so I don't even like addressing nothing. And I think that's why it's hard for me to spit it out. I don't know why it's so hard for me to say.
You see, I'm happy bro got up out of there right in time, gang. Cause this say Klay Thompson claimed Megan wanted $700,000 a month from him just for upkeep. $700,000 a month just for upkeep? What? You know how much money is that? You know, 700,000 times 12. What's the math on that? 7. Okay. It's about 8 million and some change a year for a girlfriend. Now I understand if you're rich, we gonna spend this together. We gonna go out. We gonna have the best of times. But me giving you $700,000 a month just for upkeep, what do you mean, your nails? What it say? It say Klay Thompson made a statement saying that Megan Thee Stallion wanted him to give her $700,000 a month just because he's in the NBA. Said that she needed it for a monthly upkeep. He said ever since she asked for that, the relationship was never the same. Yeah, I know it was never the same. I know it wasn't, because that's that gold digger. The gold digger just came out a little bit. Even if they got money, the gold digger still gonna manage to come out slightly. Cause he's in the NBA and she know that he got more paper than her. He knows he bringing in more payola than her. So that's why she asked it. Nah, gang, I'm sorry. $8 million a year. Bro got out of there right in time. Are we in love or are we in an agreement, gang? Are we in an agreement?
You're gonna meet my family. You don't have family. You kind of, a lot of women, the dude's life now becomes their identity. A lot of women do that. So yes, when that happens, you're gonna meet some cousins. You're gonna meet my parents. If you can cook, you may even cook for them. They're gonna clear the plate. It's gonna look like they enjoyed it. Again, in man world, that ain't saying nothing. To the woman, it's saying a whole lot. The whole, we're gonna put our hands together and do a heart, and I'm gonna put your name on the boat. For me, I'm only speaking to me, Mark. That don't mean nothing. Would have said, I'm not serious about none of this that we doing.
It's sad because I agree. And it's rarely that I agree with Joe Budden. But I actually agree with him because you see a lot of women nowadays. It's like their whole identity is the man. Like when you get in a new relationship, their whole identity is that man. Oh, it's my man, my man, my man, which is good, which is fine. But the women literally tend to take on their persona. They don't hang around their family. They only hang around their boyfriend family. They don't, when their friends call, they stop going out with their friends. They stop enjoying themselves. They stop with any emotion at all. It's literally staying in the house, because your guy said that. I genuinely don't. I feel like if you was doing these things before you got with a man, you should be able to still do those things within reason. Still be able to manage spending time with the man. Your people, your folks, your friends, this and that, his people, all of that. But that also goes to, it's sad that he's right, that you have so many men out here that will literally do all of this, love bomb the shit out you, and don't really, and let you meet his family and all of that. Baby, when I tell you, I got 2 grown boys.
I have a 19-year-old and a 20-year-old that's about to be 21 in November. They know. They started that shit very early. Oh, I'm going to bring this girl over here, that girl. My husband was like, G, stop being so mean, this and that. Bitch, I ain't being mean. I don't want to meet nobody. I don't want to meet no little girls, this and this. I don't want to meet nobody. Unless you serious about that said girl. If you're serious, you just invite her, bring her over and say, oh, this is my friend, then I'm cool with that. Don't bring nobody over here, this is my girlfriend, this is this or that. We serious. I don't want to meet nobody unless you're actually serious. And my kids know that. They know that now. They ain't even asking. Can nobody come over here? I don't want to meet nobody until y'all are serious about that said girl. And they know. And that's why I said, I feel like that comes from parenting and you teaching your kids these things. You families and mamas and daddies is making it okay that these men is just bringing random ass women around and this and that. No, bitch, I don't want to meet nobody. Don't bring nobody over here unless you're serious about them. Now, unless they just a friend, then that's cool. But you introduce them as a friend. But don't introduce them as somebody that you're heavily involved with this and that, because women will literally, I say this all the time, women can get delusional. Women get delusional. I've heard so many women, family members even say, bitch, if we fucking, we date, we in a whole relationship and this and that. And some men genuinely don't even feel like that. Not saying that that's how it was with Klay Thompson and Meg, because I genuinely still, honestly, God, true, I still feel like he did all of this. He should have been man enough to say, I don't want you, not cheat on the girl, because why would you have to do all of that? Just tell the girl, you told her after you cheated. Tell her before. I thought I wanted this, but I didn't. But I still don't agree with just bringing people around your family. Like, get the fuck out of here. When did that become a thing to be okay to do? No, that should not be okay. I don't want to meet nobody. Literally. But it's sad that I even agree with Joe Budden on this topic, because most of the shit that he say is just, it go over my head. Probably because I'm not a man. But hell, most of the shit he say, my husband don't even agree with. So, I mean, look.
Meg and Klay situation was being talked about on the Joe Budden podcast. And they basically were talking about how he's getting his backlash because, he's played in her face because this is a serious relationship, right? Why were you playing house? Why'd you let her meet your family? And I just want to say, as terrible as this may sound, just because you meet the family, ladies, don't mean this is a serious relationship. Like, at all. Sometimes, and this sucks to say, you met the family because you bad. You met the family because you're attractive and you want to show off that you with this fine chick. That's the case sometimes. Or you got the people that's just serial family meters. You get what I'm saying? Like, I got a homie, I've met every single woman that he ever dated. I got family members, we met every single woman they ever dated. Then you got somebody like me. I think my family met 2-3 women I ever dated in my life. Like, ever. So just because you meet the fam does not mean you the one. Sometimes you just the one right now.
I saw this photo and I'm pissed off all over again. You had her looking like she was an in-law. You had her looking like she was in. You had her looking like y'all really loved her. Y'all really cared about her. Playing in her face like that. And the parents, they knew how their son was and how he is. And honestly, I am happy that she's no longer with him, because he did not love her. He did not love her at all. A man who chooses to love a woman, especially a woman like Meg. She's lost her parents, her grandparents, the shooting with stupid ass, the leprechaun, getting dragged, people smearing her name, going through so much. A man who loves a woman like Meg will do any and everything to make sure she does not get hurt anymore. He will make sure that he was a safe space for her. And he played her with that. He made it seem like he was a safe space for her. And played her. And I think that's the reason why she made her IG story. She posted that because she doesn't really talk about her breakups. He really bamboozled her. He really played it. And we all really thought that he was good for her. We also got bamboozled.
I don't know what them people had to do in order to save money to buy a ticket to come see you on the May 15th show.
I understand why people feel some type of way about Megan Thee Stallion deciding to step away from the musical on Broadway because, tickets cost money. People plan for travel, they rearrange their schedules. I get all that. But I don't think people are thinking enough about what it's costing her. They're saying push through it, perform anyway. You got to smile through the pain. In this situation, I think Megan isn't just dealing with the loss of the relationship. She's dealing with layered grief. She lost her father at a young age. Then she lost her mother, her grandmother, her great-grandmother, all within a short amount of time of each other, all while trying to navigate her way through school and build this career for herself. She got shot by somebody she trusted. Then she had to deal with people not believing her. On top of that, she lost a friend in the process. And you're adding in another emotional loss. It's not just about missing a show. It's what it costs the person to keep showing up when they're not mentally or emotionally okay. He talked about how the older celebrities would have just pushed through, but Jennifer Lewis openly talked about dealing with the sex addiction. Aretha Franklin, alcoholism. Shaka Khan, Mickey Howard, they both openly spoke on drugs and alcohol throughout the course of their career. Queen Latifah spoke on using alcohol and substances to cope after the loss of her brother. So yeah, they showed up, but they were suffering in silence, using substances to numb and breaking down privately. The lesson shouldn't always be to push through because self-preservation matters too. And I think this breakup hits differently because it wasn't the chaos that she was used to. We saw her in her soft girl era. We saw her be intentional. We saw her loving his family and them loving her back. They bought a house together. This is somebody that she saw a future with. She's not just grieving him, she's grieving the life that she thought she was building, and that kind of loss hits different than toxic situations that she was used to, because when you're in a toxic situation, I think deep down, a part of you already knows that that situation isn't going to last. When you're in these situations, you got to ask yourself, if this person never changes, can I be with them for the rest of my life? And usually the answer is no. But when something feels healthy, when you can actually see a future with that person, losing that is a different type of grief. But I get it. The fans made sacrifices, and she's making a sacrifice too. Stepping away at this level of visibility is going to cost her money, her reputation, and other opportunities are going to be on the line. But I think it was the best decision that she could have possibly made for herself. I think her real fans are going to understand, and they're going to be there to support her in whatever her next moves are when she gets back.
They absolutely hate us. I've been saying that. But let's talk about this since you all think it's funny. Culture. A visual representation of how they see this as doing something to us or taking something from us. Her being labeled as easy. Why would it need to be hard? Why would you want it to be hard? The lining up trope, the nice guys finish last trope, all perfectly summed up in this disgusting meme. Reducing her to a prize, a conquest, instead of a human being with agency. Of course, we can't forget the body count shaming double standard. A woman's worthiness and her value decrease based on the amount of partners that she has, and that is never applicable to a man. Being hyper fixated on a woman's romantic history to find some way to shrug off the bad behavior of the man. Somehow she deserved to be cheated on because she's been in prior relationships with these men. I want to say a lot more about this, but it absolutely disgusts me and just confirms in my mind that a good majority of men just absolutely hate us.
Black women are like the only group that people feel comfortable disrespecting out loud. Let's be real about it. Nobody gets disrespected like black women. Nobody. And every time I say that, somebody want to argue, okay, well, you can argue. Go ahead, explain it to me. See, when Taylor Swift got engaged, what you didn't see was men lining up talking about she been ran through. Let a black woman breathe, smile, just exist. Suddenly everybody got a body count calculator in their hand. Okay. How many bodies your mama got? And the wildest part to me is a lot of this is led by men who got 4 kids by 4 different women. You out here with no standards, no protection, no accountability whatsoever. But somehow you judging somebody else? That doesn't even make sense to me. Every time this stuff feels calculated. Like if you can convince a woman she's worthless, then she just got to take whatever you choose to give her or not give her. And for some of y'all, we need to be honest about it. You got some unhealed trauma when it comes to your own mama. I want to hear from y'all. Why do y'all think this keeps happening? Because it's weird to me. And I'm going to call it out. This shit is weird. Let's talk about it. I'll say something that's probably going to make more of you uncomfortable, but I don't care. Y'all spend more time policing black women than holding black men accountable. And that says something. Because I watched a lot of the comments from my first video, and I'm like, wow. See, a lot of the same black men that are leading this charge against black women, you ain't nowhere to be found when it's time to lead your families, lead a community. Where you at? Because how you got all this energy to critique a woman's body, her choices, her life? But you ain't got that same energy for men out here creating broken homes. See, y'all turn around and praise somebody like Future, a man that is known for multiple women, multiple kids, and nothing but chaos. Y'all will quote Future as scripture. But then in the same breath, you want to turn around and have a morality conversation about women. The hypocrisy is loud with y'all. And let's be real about something else. Some of y'all fall into 2 specific categories, okay? So either you're not getting women like that, and that's not by choice, mind you, or you're for the streets for yourself, passing around HPV like popcorn. Because instead of sitting around trying to control black women, imagine what would happen if you use that energy to check black men. Just imagine a world in which if you abandon your kids, other men would shun you. Imagine if being reckless wasn't celebrated. But see, what I know is that would require accountability, and y'all not really good on that. And let's be honest, this conversation really has nothing to do with morality. It's really about access, because some of you are mad at women you can't have. See, I look at it like women like Megan represent a type of a woman that most of you can't attain, no matter what. And instead of rising to where you need to, you tear it down. And I don't want to hear we're acting like this because we don't like 304s. Yes, you do. Your dad did, so I know you do. Y'all be the first ones as soon as the 304s show up. Y'all leaving y'all kids behind to go chase after 304s. So let's talk about it. Why do you guys think some men spend so much time trying to critique and control black women? Is it ego? Is it insecurity? Or unresolved trauma? Or is it something deeper? Because this is a conversation that we need to have. Come on, let's